something interesting that just got released. I mean, really recently got released. And I want to talk to you about it and kind of figure out what the heck. So this is going to have a little mixed bag of a couple smaller releases. I don't feel like they're big enough to have their own video, so I'm just combining them. You know, back in the beginning of July, we got an extended star symbol collection, and I have that to show off to you. And then just most recently, we've gotten a yin yang and a rainbow collection. Now that is the one that is something I want to talk about, because I already have a bias and a judgment upon those pieces. 2 weeks ago, I got a survey from Kendra asking my opinion on what should be a future symbol release. And we had things like a crescent and a clover and some other significant icons that we see a lot. And then there was the yin yang and the rainbow. We've already seen a lot of stars, a lot of RE hearts, some kind of those cutesy type of trendy symbols are kind of becoming overdone for me. So I gave my honest opinion. I took a significant amount of time, picked what I would. They even asked you, you know, what would be your number one choice down to like number 4 or 5. And I took that time. I even went to like making extra feedback and the reasons why I feel this way and the reasons why I would like to see this instead. I even wrote in, I would like to see more Kendra Scott logo. I think she has a phenomenal logo. Why she's not harping on that symbol the most, I don't know, because most of her logo pieces are what a lot of us collectors are still looking for, and she did a lot of them back in the day. Why can't we see more of those? You know, she just hit the tip of the iceberg on that. There's so many more possibilities. But so I went and took my time, made this huge contribution to a future. I really felt honored. I really thought that they wanted to hear from us, the consumer, us collectors, that they really wanted to deliver something that we want. They wanted our feedback. They wanted to hear our voices. So then that way they can go ahead and accommodate what we really truly want to buy. So I go through all that work. I get a coupon code as the thank you for taking the time, and I was excited. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. And you know, all of us collectors behind the scene in the community are talking to each other and, ooh, I wonder what they're gonna pick, how fun. I feel so like involved. This is so cool. And then what is it, 2 weeks later, a week later, they give us the rainbows and the yin yang. That was a little bit a dagger in the heart. It really, really hurt, because we all know that it takes 1.5 to 2 years for a piece that to go from concept to release. And so they already had predetermined the symbol that they were going to release. They already had the idea. They were just teasing us. And I don't like that, because here I took my time, poured my heart, because I have a lot of value and admiration for the brand. So I took that time. I took to heart the task that they asked of me as a consumer. And maybe I put a little too much, and maybe I'm a little unrealistic, but why would you go through the effort of emailing your consumer base, they're asking for their opinion, when you're not going to listen to them anyways and release what you already decided to release? All that does is kind of allows resentment with that consumer to grow, so that way when you do release it, we already have our opinion and judgment upon it. And it probably is not going to be a very positive one, considering it may have been a symbol we said no to. So that was a little hurtful. It really was. Don't do that. If you already know what you're going to release, then just release it. Don't lead on the consumer and then lead them up for disappointment, I think is where I'm getting at. Because now I already have a poo-poo taste towards it. I'm a little disappointed, and I'm going to remember my experience, and then I'm going to have that judgment when trying to be objective and deciding if I really want this. Or I might already just be like, well, you all just wasted my time. You clearly don't appreciate or really truly want to listen to me. So guess what? I'm not buying that collection, and there you go. You're not going to get my money on that. Some people might be that way too. So I wish they did not do that, because then when they just released it, then we wouldn't have those strong, resentful feelings. And I'm not the only one. I've talked to a lot of girls that got that email, and a lot of them that took their time, to be honest, and then we saw it, and it really hurt a lot of us, because this is our hobby. This is our passion. We love Kendra Scott. You know, we already live a stressful life as mothers, you know, as spouses, as, you know, important people in our families' lives. We have a lot of stress at work. We just came from a year of horrendous stress and just chaos. And then, you know, we absorb our feelings and our hurt and everything, and collecting and doing all this fun stuff with Kendra Scott to really, you know, bring back happiness in our lives. So with that being said, let's look into this collection, and I will give you what I think about it. So I have the long pendant, and it's white mother of pearl. You know, it kind of comes down right perfectly. I think it hits a perfect length, and then it looks cute, matched up, you know, red, white. It also came in the Rainbow Casilica, which was really nice to see a revival of that, because we saw that last year. So that's kind of fun, funky and fresh. I think it's kind of cool to see that. I think it's a cute fun. The chain's got wonderful weight to it. I actually like the quality of the chain. Very, very nice. But it's $128 for this. $128. I am just gobsmacked on this. Look at this one. Here's the white mother of pearl, and I'll take it out so you can see it close up. It's beautiful, but it's just $128. It feels acrylic. It feels cheap. It doesn't feel worth $128. You could buy those brand Scott Bros, the Cade bracelets. You could buy a couple of those for this price, and have those beautiful, real, you know, agate or agate, I always say it wrong, stones. I'm just really shocked on how it gets priced. You know, some things just seem so reasonable, some things feel so spot on, and then some things just seem absolutely loony. So $128 for this is just, I can't. And it's a symbol that is a one-up symbol. It's not something you're going to wear all the time. You're not going to wear a long star pendant when you're going on date night in a cocktail dress, or when you're dressing up for a holiday. It's just not conducive to that kind of lifestyle. So I really don't think it's worthwhile. I even showed my 11-year-old, and she was like, no, don't like it. Okay, so if my preteen don't even like it, how is an adult with the money to support that gonna like it? Again, my opinion, and you know how I feel about the brand, so I'm not poo-pooing the brand, I'm just poo-pooing the decision on releasing this particular design. And that's all we saw. That was, it was just a big blurb of a revival of the J Star and a couple new designs, and that was it. So, that's all she wrote, folks, on that. I think we all know I'm saying, no, it's too pricey for what you got, too pricey. But let's see if these new symbols, these other new symbols, are worthwhile in our time. So I'm going to start off with the rainbow. And they did a huggy in the rainbow. As always, I like to have it on the card for you guys to see. They had two different versions. This is your more primary, bold rainbow colors. And then they did like a pastel. It is an opal type of stone. You see the shimmer in there. Again, I don't know if it's real opal or if it's just the look or exactly how they got it to be like that. I don't know, so I don't want to speak on that. But is it cute? I mean, it's a Huggy. It's $78 for a small rainbow Huggy. I don't know. The only person I could think of is my daughter liking this, and I showed her and she said no, she doesn't want it. And $78 for a teen, preteen, that's pretty significant. I feel like, no. I think it's too expensive, and it's just, here's the thing. You know, they're giving us symbols that are a dime a dozen. We've already seen, I mean, Claire's, all these places have this symbol for a third of what they're charging, or even a quarter of what they're charging. You can go to Alibaba and Wish and buy bulk of this stuff and sell it, resell it for a fraction of what you're going to buy it from Kendra Scott. It's a Kendra Scott. Yes, it's Kendra Scott. But is it really a Kendra Scott that we collectors and the people who have been behind this brand want? No. No. There are going to be a selective few who thinks it's cute and, you know, will go with their lifestyle or whatever. And it's not for the majority, though. People with the money to pay for it are not really wanting this. Is the brand catering to that 1%er, that, you know, a little bit of the population that would want it? I just think it's a fail, honestly. I think these cutie little trendy symbols are going to come and then they're going to go as fast as they came into our life. You see it all the time with all these other brands. I could go to Torrid and buy items that are similar, like I said, for $13, not $78, and get enough life out of it for as long as it was popular and then trash it. So I could get this type of stuff if I was really into it and wear it as long as it was popular and then dump it. That's not my interest, though, with Kendra Scott. My interest with Kendra Scott is to have this beautiful statement, this construction, these concepts, these designs that last and are intricate and thought out and just last beyond father time. You know, it's just, where is that? Where is that, Kendra? Because I'm not seeing it in these little collections we've seen recently. So, all right, enough of my little rant. Let's go see some more of the rainbow pieces. So before I put it on, because I only got one, I didn't get both in both color combinations this time. Here is the Rainbow Pendant. $78. You know, I just wonder if this was meant for Pride, and because Pride Month is pretty much past us, that, you know, then they just had to release it as it was, and maybe there was a delay. I kind of feel like maybe that's it, because we all know the symbol for Pride is the rainbow, or LGBTQ plus is the rainbow. So I don't know if that's the reason why they decided to do this, but I kind of feel like it's a day late, $1 short. And I just don't feel like it enhances for $78. I mean, this is expensive. With the Huggy and that's pretty expensive. Or what, $150 for the two at retail? It's cute. It's daycare cute, but it's not, even my daughter who's 11 and at that age range doesn't care for it. All right, there is one more. So let's get to seeing that. So the last piece in this collection is a ring. Now here's the pastel colors. It is cute. I like the pastel colors. And I don't have any problem with the colors that I'm wearing now. I just don't think it's a successful version of a rainbow. The plus downside of the ring is it came in extended sizes. And we all know that's awesome because I'm a 9, so I was able to get a size that fit. But is it something that's really enhancing my life and my accessories? I don't think so. I don't think anybody would really want to wear a rainbow ring. And that's just me. I think earrings and pendant is pushing it, but to do a ring, I was really kind of shocked by that. And I mean, we're taking the concept of rainbow literal, not figuratively. Like, they could have taken maybe the colors, but they're literally making a rainbow for a ring at $78. I don't think so. And I hate having such harsh criticism, but it's the way it is on this one. I'm sorry, guys. It really is. They did do a necklace, like a collar necklace, that wasn't a literal rainbow like these are. It just looks like a rainbow with colors. So let's go ahead and show you that. I think it was intended to help the layering look with the actual rainbow. So let's take a look at that. So what they did is they took the Emily collection and the size of the stone and look and did it in the rainbow colors. So you have it in the more primary bold colors, and then it also came in that pastel palette. Considering that, I decided to go with the one color scheme. I got it in the primary because I wanted to show you guys as a full collection. And here we go. Again, $78 for this. So this is a $300, $400 collection. Said and done. If you were to buy the ring, the whole thing, that's a significant amount of money. Significant. Would you pay, we'll just say $300. Let's just go with $300. Would you pay $300 for this when you can pay $200 for that beautiful latent all metal piece and get the Lori statement necklace or earrings to go with it? To me, I'd much rather invest in that, which is timeless and will last the test of time and can go with anything and everything from here to future 20, 30, 50. Whereas this is cutesy. Now, if I was a daycare worker, maybe in a specific industry where it's kind of cutesy and like a teacher, and I'd probably do that. But we're talking about a very small percentage of the population really would find a use for this. The rainbow, the literal rainbow concept is a no. I do think that this Emily is a little fun. So if you want to go jump out of your box, you could just do the Emily. And let me just take off this rainbow. They do look phenomenal together. I'm not going to lie on that. It does look good together. This whole, before I take it off, this does look great together. If you're in a person that is going to find use for it. Like I said, my kids, when they were younger, they went to daycares and it was all rainbowed out and stuff. There's a significant use, go for it. And I know several kinds of people and industries and stuff that it would apply to. Now this Emily on its own, it's cute. It's fun. It's a little something different. It's being flirty fun, you know, kidly fun. So I could see it being worn more than once. I have more of a purpose. It's rainbow colors. It's not a literal rainbow. So then I have a little bit more of a stretch of what I could do and use it for, if that makes sense. So I could see this out of everything being a little bit more plausible than a literal rainbow. Of course, you know, you're going to have people in certain communities that would definitely want to have this for their certain events and things of that nature, and that's beautiful, and that's up to them. I just don't see that it's for the mass, is what I'm saying. I think it's a one-up for a very minute population, and I think it's really expensive too. Because I'll tell you what, like I was saying, preschool teachers or just teachers, they already struggle. They have to use a lot of their salary just to have the supplies and the resources to teach our children, which is a shame, and that's a whole nother conversation I could get into. But would they be able to afford this? Probably not. You know what would be really cool is on Teacher Appreciation Day that maybe Kendra Scott heavily discounts this for those who can produce their teacher's card, and then they could get it and have it incorporated as a thank you to the teachers. I think that would be very significant and very amazing if they did that. But for me, it's a no-go. So that was it on the rainbow. We do have one more, so let's persevere and get over. So the finale is the yin and the yang. Now, I reserve a certain appreciation for it, because I always say that my husband and I are yin and a yang. You know, we have, some differences, but together we make a full circle, and we really make our family and our life together work beautifully. And so I do have appreciation for the symbol and what it represents. But, back in the 90s, I had a lot of peace signs and yin and yangs. I mean, that was very popular, and it's still popular. And, you can get it on Alibaba and Wish for pretty pennies. I mean, it's literally pennies. So, to see a high-end jewelry maker come out with yin and yang is kind of nothing spectacular in my opinion, because they want $78 for this. $78 for a yin and yang symbol. I will tell you though, once my daughter saw it, because she helps me unpackage, she saw it and she said she wanted it, and she literally was going to pay me the $78 for it. I told her we'll go shopping and get her something a little bit more price appropriate for her age. But here it is. Here's the yin and yang, and it's your typical yin and yang. And it has this same kind of symbol on the back, so you can wear it as gold or with the black and white color. So it's just a one-up. They only did the one thing. It's not a full collection like they did with the rainbow. You're not getting yin and yang studs or anything of that nature. And here we go. It's yin and yang. The pendant is quality made. It is the quality that Kendra Scott has on her pieces. And so is the rainbow and the stars. There is the quality production that is conducive of Kendra Scott. But is it $78 worth to the consumer? Is it worth the $78? For me, no. Not even with a discount. I appreciate it, but that yin and yang, peace, all that kind of stuff, it's back in the 90s from my days of uncertainty on who I was and puberty, and I know what I like and what I don't like and what I want at 42. So, and let's just be honest, the price tag of Kendra Scott is that price tag of an adult who makes the money to support this kind of a collection. It is not one who is at university or a teen or preteen or in high school going through their puberty. That is going to be your Claire's consumer. Women, people who can afford Kendra Scott are going to sway more to universal designs where they can wear it at work, at functions, at gatherings, and not just while having coffee with the girls smoking cigarettes. That's what I used to do. I used to go to a coffee shop in my teens. I'd ditch computer class, go to the town 20 minutes away, smoke cigarettes thinking I'm cool, and drinking raspberry mochas. That's with my yin and yang on. That was my 90s. So, nope. It's just too expensive. So, overall, I am disappointed that they continue with this star, that they just popped these 2 different stars out, that they did this rainbow collection, that they did this yin and yang collection. I actually expect a little bit higher standards from Kendra Scott, so I'm kind of disappointed that they're persistent and insisting on these trendy, cutesy, juvenile type of stuff. I really wish that they would just dive back into what made them popular in the first place, and that is these beautiful stone statement pieces that last the test of time. We want stuff that, when it's an investment, so if we're going to pay $198 or $298, we want it to last and have it forever so that we could pass it on. That's important to us, the consumer. So with that being said, I'm sorry if you guys disagree with me, but I'm just one girl with one opinion, and I do appreciate you at least watching and listening to me and being objective. And if you have any comments or questions, pop them down there below. If you're wanting to be part of a bigger community for this Kendra Scott, then consider joining the Facebook group, Collectors and Addicts. And I am the admin, so you can always talk to me there. I love talking about Kendra Scott. And I will see you until next time. Bye!